So I have a TikTok now where I release tutorials. You know, I was in the boys' room just scrolling, and this song from the Caterpillar popped up. It's like, it's a pretty sick track that has Weston saying, yo, can you like chill? Tony Romero, this one's absolutely fire. I can't find the comment, but he said it was a Meduza ID. So just looking at Meduza ID, we get this. Now you can see that I listened to it a couple of times. 40 to be exact. Now hearing this song now, seeing the TikTok from Dom Dolla, I think it's a collab between them because the vocals are just so Dom Dolla-ish. The guy is pioneering like tech house with like some like rap vocals over it. Obviously the track itself has such a gnarly sound. So in today's video, we're going to demystify some of the cool stuff that happens in the track. There's one key thing you need to know about the melody, and that is you need a good sound designer to hit that mono legato for you. And then with the portamento, you're going to see there's a time-based thing that's going to control how the slide of the melody. The melody's in G minor, and it's going to do the generic G house thing. So if you watch my channel for a while, you know that I teach you guys +1 semitones to sound badass, fool. Okay, now depending on which version you hear, on which ID, the first ID sounds a little bit more basic in terms of the sound design. For instance, you could do this saw -3. And this portamento legato is doing a lot of the work. Usually I would just say like distort the shit out of it and compress the crap out of it to give it some color. Then the most up-to-date version of that one dude. The first one is they said, man, they're going to recreate our fucking lead really quick. So one of the ones I could think of is an analog BD sign, and then having it be wave-shaped. Wave-shaped is just the idea of distorting very heavily to shape a simple waveform like the sine wave. I call them non-alcoholic waveforms. The liver is pure. Make sure to mono legato it, bro. Taco Bell night. That could have been a possibility. Demic leads will always be saws, man. Like if you have a score that's kind of retro, too, we can do a we can do a band pass on the saw, which a band pass, you know, it's like a low pass and a high pass had a baby. And they met in the middle, and it's a baby. So you get more of this sort of like... You can even add a note to it if you wanted to. So every time you switch notes... Higher. And the cool thing about this is that you can always shape the tone of the saw with just, you know, the way that you EQ. Now on the drop, the lead goes from being a sustained monster to being a gated monster. Now, if you don't know what a gate is, it's pretty much, think of it like da 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 da. In Ableton, all we have to do is use an auto pan, amount really high up. We're gonna move the phase so that it's linear. Use a saw. Rate. Okay. This is how they turn a very simple sequence style melody into what they are. Why they're the pros, right? And you can see that it comes after all the processing, so that way it sounds smoother than doing it inside of the synth. What it sounds like they did to me on the drop is that they actually duplicated the sound. One of them gets auto-panned, but the other one's going to be the basic traditional saw, the trusty. You know, with the bass, you always want to keep it simple. Like my daddy used to say, when it comes to girls, you got to treat them right. Very sensitive. Don't cancel me. So you want to keep it as simple as possible. I even got a message from Duke Dumont giving me advice to keep my basses more simple. So we're going to have, again, the mono legato formula. And then from there, we're going to go to our main bass, which is the top, the gate. And this is a cool thing now because you can literally fuck this up in the sense that like... Obviously do your due diligence and get rid of the lows so your lows don't interact. If you want to make it wide at 2, 4. Also add like different wavetables to make it your own if you want to get inspired off it. So it's a really cool sound. What I recommend you guys do is you get inspired off it. Don't copy it fully. And if you'd release an FLP and you're charging money for it, don't forget about your boy, eh? So the sun's coming out, but there's one more trick that I wanted to show you from this song, which is the time stretch effect that they do with the vocal. So here I have my track Renegade. Now I have this vocal here. I'm a renegade. Now, this is what's called the time stretch effect. You grab the vocal, for instance, here we have the Renegade one. You grab it and then you're going to hold shift in Ableton, assuming you're warped, and then you're just going to pull. But no te la jales, way, okay? I'm a renegade, renegade. you can see that you have somewhat of a time stretch effect. Now you can also, if my theory is correct, because I play chess, can times 2 this, so that way we get more of an actual thing that we can actually kind of sync up. Try even like more, you know, another times 2, another times 2. Now, you have to be in Complex Pro to do this. And then from there, you have your form and shifts, what I would usually put down as 0. But however, what I decided to do for the song, and what you can do as well, is you can set it to beats mode. So now the formula, the algorithm is different, and you get a lot of cool stutters. So in my track, I decided to do that instead. Yes. Come to Papa.
13 hours, the police finally opened the doors.
Come to Papa. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider supporting my sound design work over at evilsounds.com. That is where I release all of my sound design work, which has been used by some very top producers like James Hype, West End, Base 92, Umic, Kush, users from all around the world. And I didn't have to pay for their testimonial. Now, if you want to increase your sound design game further, consider watching this video where I break down some of Malp's insane production tricks for his new track, Give Me That Bounce. In that video, you will learn about how to utilize an ARP to create a sick build and how to make some of the iconic sounds from it. That being said, you guys take care and you guys have a great rest of your day.